Okay, guys, we're here right now. We've got a few questionable silver and gold bars that we got offered to us here at We Buy Gold. It's January, what's today's date?
February 1st.
February 1st. There we go, February 1st, 2016. And we've got a few different samples here. We've got one real gold bar here, 1 ounce from Republic Metals. We took it out of the casing here. You guys can see the original case that we had to cut it out of. Serial numbered and everything. The serial number matches. And as everybody knows, 1 troy ounce is supposed to weigh 20 pennyweights. So I'm going to put this on the scale just to kind of verify our scale's dead on. As you can see, 20 pennyweights. And if I switch it to grams, everybody knows it should be 31.1 grams. So I'm going to keep everything in pennyweights just because that's the standard unit of measure that we use at We Buy Gold. And I know a lot of other places do as well. So we got this other gold bar that was offered to us recently. It's hallmarked Harringtons 9999, 4 nines gold. It says 1 troy ounce, Australia. So we've never really seen a bar of this size. You can see a standard gold bar looks like this, and then we had the Harringtons, which was thicker, but a lot shorter in length and width. So that kind of caught our eyes. When we threw it on the scale, originally when the customer came in, we noticed that the weight was off. It weighed 20.4 pennyweights, so about 2% weight difference. Every gold bar bullion piece that we've ever owned, whether it's a Canadian maple leaf, has always been dead on with weight. It's like these manufacturers don't ever mess up. So that was a big red flag that we had. So we've got a lot of testing measures. A lot of the testing measures we have include the Thermoscientific XRF. We have the Sigma. This is a coin tester. This is something that's actually pretty handy to have. All right. And so what I'm going to do with this bar here is I'm actually going to use the Thermoscientific analyzer here to test it. And this is something that kind of tricked us, is when we had shot it, see the reading on it, it actually shoots correctly. Has 24, 4 nines. The weight, of course, being off. Shot the back of it. Also 24 karat. So with that device, of course, the Niton XL2 Precious Metals Analyzer, if you want to get that, only shoots micro layers. So it doesn't go into the guts of the item, which means that it still could be filled with tungsten or lead or something similar like that. We also have this other device, the Sigma here. This is like a coin tester. And so what I've got here is I've got the settings set to 999 pure gold. And so I'm going to try to, I've got the wand hooked up to it. And the way it kind of works, I believe I push run cal. She already did that. It's on ready. You use it's almost like a heart monitor here. And as long as the cursor falls between the brackets, it's good. But if it falls outside, it's not. So if you can see here, I've got different spots where I'm shooting the top of the bar here. And depending on where I shoot, I'm getting it to fall out of the brackets. If you can see right there on that spot. Now shoot it's out of the brackets. And then if I shoot other spots, it's in the brackets. And when I do the front and the back, it's the same. I can get it to fall within the brackets, and then I can get it to fall out of the brackets. So our thought on this particular piece is that it's actually fake, that it's got some kind of lead material or something else that's filled in it. And we're going to cut it later and cut it in half and see what's inside of it. And if it's real, then we're just going to put it with our melt. And if not, then we're going to know that we made the right call here. Luckily, when this was brought to us, it was somebody in town that was kind enough to allow us to test it, to cut it in half, because we told them we couldn't buy it, and they said they had no use for it. So we're going to actually test it for them. If it turns out to be real, then hallelujah, they're going to get paid for it. And if it's fake, then they're going to either get their stuff back, or we'll pay them based off the gold content that's actually in the piece. The other piece that we have here is we have a couple what was bought as silver bars. Unfortunately, we bought these. They're stamped 999. They're stamped 5.10, which I'm going to assume is troy ounces. And then it's got a hallmark of what looks like Kemper, but nothing on it that says fine silver anywhere on each side. Now, what's interesting on this particular bar is on one of the sides, it looks like there was almost like a tunnel through it. Whereas if you go to the other side, it doesn't have that. And both of the bars are identical. So you have the one side here that doesn't have it, and you flip it over, and then you can see the tunnel on this side here. So it's almost as if somebody possibly went in there and pulled out, extracted a lot of the silver, and filled it in place with maybe lead or tungsten or some other kind of material. So when we weigh this particular piece, it actually weighs right on the money, 102 pennyweights on the dot, 102.1. So the 5.1 troy ounces was properly hallmarked. But what's interesting is when you test it on the coin tester, and I got to get this down to silver here. Let me get 999 silver. Okay, and run cal. When I test the top, I need to hit start, I guess. All right. Okay, you can see that's the cursor's outside of where it's supposed to be, and you can see where I'm testing it here. I know it's kind of hard to see that, but I'm testing it right there with the cursor. I got this here on another spot. It's out of the brackets. I've got it over here. It's in the brackets. On this side, in the brackets. The other side, in the brackets. And now let's go to the tunnel area. This is the spot that I think that might have been drilled into and then extracted. And it's off the charts. Like, I've never seen that before. There's an arrow on the actual coin tester. I mean, that cursor is way off. So there's really nothing. So I'm thinking that right where that is where they extracted all the silver content if it was supposed to be. But this was made to trick a lot of tests. So let's shoot it with the Niton XL2 analyzer. I'm going to shoot just the outer perimeter of it. And you can see, ironically, it shoots as 9999. 4 nines is AG, which is silver. And I'll shoot the side with the tunnel, and it shoots as well. So this is shooting just the outer micro layers. So it's tricking the XL2 gun, but it is not tricking the coin tester and not tricking the I don't know what else I'm trying to say here. I was going to say the scale, but it weighed right on. But what's interesting about this piece is it's not stamped as fine silver anywhere. So, you know, when somebody stamps it as 999, it really could be 999 of any metal, nickel, copper, anything. So I'm going to bet that that's probably filled and not real. So part 2 of this video is going to be when we actually cut it. The plan is to get it on a saw, cut it in half, and just cut the heck out of it so that after we're done with it, we can see what the actual contents are. So stay tuned for the second video. Thank you.